Probably in town.
Yeah, make sure you get with Dustin in there. That guy knows his stuff. He'll always point you in the right direction, and everything they got there is always at a good price. It's at Douglas and Hillside. Anytime you need some booze, come on down to R&J's.
Jack Stacks here, and let's talk about Papa C's Barbecue. They're at Leprechauns on Fridays and Saturdays, 5:30 to 11 p.m. or until sold out. They're actually introducing some THC-infused barbecue rub.
Illegal. Appliance Nerd. If you have any trouble with your appliances, get with 316-807-7498. Having appliance trouble sucks, and buying all new equipment is no fun either. So get with Appliance Nerd, and maybe they can get you fixed up and going again.
All Out Detox has 3 great locations in Wichita. Go check them out for 2 for $10 drug tests every day. They've been in business for 15 years, so you know you can trust them. Go all in with All Out Detox. Janelle over at Suburbs and Sass is Aaron and Austin Show's official merch provider, and I've been super impressed.
I've been super impressed too. She really has awesome merch, from glasses to t-shirts to sunglasses. If you really want to get down with us, we got those for you too as well.
If you want some custom merch, go check out Janelle at Suburbs and Sass. Hit up the Aaron and Austin Show about our merch. Sacred Leaf is Wichita's favorite CBD store in town. Go check out Nikki. Tell her that the Aaron and Austin Show sent you. For the best selection of gummies and the highest possible legal THC that you can find in Wichita, go check out Sacred Leaf.
Whiskey Dick's definitely an Aaron and Austin Show favorite. Get out there anytime. They have specials every day on food and drinks. They got happy hour from 3 to 6. And how many whiskeys they got in that place, Aaron?
I think they have the most whiskeys in town. And every Monday you can do any whiskey under $25 a shot for half price.
I think there's 700 plus in that building or something like that.
Probably so. Be sure you visit the Jukebox on Seneca and Walker. They have great daily drink specials and karaoke and live music on the weekends. Go check out the Jukebox.
PK Pest Management. For all your pest control needs, get with Austin or contact 316-305-7108. And it's also fly season, so if you need that fly spray, get with me. Everybody loves Angie's Tacos, so get down to the Cowboy Inn at noon on Tuesdays, and now starting at the Shamrock Inn at 6 o'clock on Wednesdays.
On Tuesdays, you can usually find the Aaron and Austin Show hanging out at the Cowboy Inn. It's one of our favorite sponsors. Every Tuesday, they have a open mic there hosted by Jacoby Lee Winter.
So get down and check us out on Tuesday nights and check out the Cowboy Inn all the time.
Diaper Jam 2025. We don't have a whole lot of details yet, but go check it out. Every time it's been a great night, benefiting a great cause. Lots of really good local music.
We'll probably be at Bourbon Street again this year. Get ready for Diaper Jam 2025.
Bring diapers.
Make sure you get out to 42 Below. They got 2 great locations. They're out west on Tyler and they're downtown. They got a lot of creative and local glass. They got a glass blower in the back. They got a lot going on in that building. Make sure that you get everything 42 Below. Smoke Wagon's pretty good. Shout out to R&J's. Shout out to R&J's. We love you. Thanks for the Smoke Wagon this week. Rusty Nail. Make sure you get out to Saturday brunches. Aaron books those shows. We got actually Annie participating. Liquid Sugar's playing, or is it just Annie Mac? Just Annie Mac. So we got shopping.
A rare solo performance.
And it's booze and shopping and brunch coming up this Saturday. So
booze and brunch. Get drunk before lunch.
There it is. And it's music from 10 to 1. They do it every Saturday, so get out and support the Rusty Nails brunch so they can keep that going. They like doing live music. They do it right there by the bar. It's a pretty cool little atmosphere.
And Hammer Time from 4 to 7 most days.
Yep. So. And they're doing a ton with Christmas this year with this booze and shopping brunch thing. And we're actually going to be live on location there on the 30th, I think, too. So we're going to have a lot of cool stuff coming up with the Rusty Nail. So tune in for all that. Aaron and Austin Show presents coming up on the 20th of this month. So that's a Friday night.
Yeah, with Hunter Spicer.
Yes, that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be good. He's got a country band he's going to bring in here. We haven't done country yet.
No.
At the Hideout.
No, we haven't. So
I don't think so. So
it's that turn. Is that well, I mean, what do you think about Whitney Means? Is not country? Probably not.
She says she's not.
I don't think so.
She's not.
Yeah.
Not country, I would say.
Yeah, I don't think she is either. Yeah, but she's like more, I don't know, alternative, folky kind of feel.
Indie,
I think
folky.
indie. Yeah.
She would be the closest thing that we've had.
She's that kind of songwriter. Like, if you produce it to be country, you could probably make it country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, straight up.
But you don't have to.
And she could sing it anyway. I mean, the girl could sing. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes she can. I actually did a gig with her recently, and it was incredible in
you guys-
Nebraska.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, I think I
it was
saw
a wedding.
I think I saw a promo for that.
Yeah.
When you guys were online with that.
Yeah, it was a blast. She's very talented.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
You guys would be cool. That's a cool set with both of you guys. On
It
the
was
same set.
awesome. Yeah.
So check out Aaron and Austin Show presents. It's doors open at 8, shows at 9. Hunter Spicer this month, and it's an intimate show, but it's really a concert series for live streaming, so it's going to be on multiple platforms. So if you can't make it out, you can watch it for plenty of time after the show's over or while it's going on. So you don't always have to be in the stands for that, but if you're going to come in, we'd love $5 donation from you. Would really help a ton. So other than that, we love Whiskey Dicks, and as we tricked into Whiskey Dicks Saturday, I was having a few drinks, and lo and behold, Tori was there. So what'd you think about playing the little show? I wanted to say this because actually I talked to John and Dave, the owners of Whiskey Dicks. We love them. They're a great sponsor of ours. And he was like, there was quite a few people in there. It was a pretty nice vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said it was packed.
It was a nice vibe, like all night long. And they don't do a ton of music. And I told him, and he goes, "What do you think?" And I said, Dave and John are awesome. They go, "What do you think about music in here?" I was like, "Dude, anytime you guys want to support local music, me and Aaron are 100% behind that. So anytime you can get a cool little band into a cool little space, I'm always against. So what did you guys think? If you guys have ever been in Whiskey Dicks, they put them over there kind of by the pool table area. Did they?
Yeah.
And kind of move that a little bit for you?
Yeah. No, it was honestly perfect. The turnout was amazing. Sales for them was one of the highest for 2024 for that night. And so for me, I absolutely obviously love playing music, but I also think of it business side for the bar. Like, is this great for them?
Absolutely.
So, and it ended up turning out to be just an incredible night. So
Sweet
all
fucking-
around, and we had a blast. Really,
Sweet fucking vibe. It was really a cool vibe.
Yeah. Everyone, like, just the response of the crowd, and then there was a few birthdays that were going on, that was the first time for them in 2 years to have live music.
That's what what they told me. They hadn't had it in a while. They haven't had it in a while.
Yeah.
So,
it was really, really fun.
It was an honor. Like, it was fun.
They could even do some stuff out on the patio a little bit.
They sure fucking can.
Yeah, a little acoustic vibe out there.
But the problem is
It's a
they
big
make.
patio.
I mean, they make a lot of money off that patio. Because it's not the biggest bar in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of my favorites. I love Whiskey Dicks, but it's hard to cram a musical act in that place. I mean, we tried to do a podcast in there, and it took up some room. So.
I think it's more of like it's a sectional bar. So like there's so many sections. It's not just like one area or just like two areas. So I think in the space that we were at, being inside, like where they moved the pool table, we were where the most people are able to squeeze in and hang out and watch. So I think that was like the perfect spot, truly. So if they were going to do it again, I would recommend that spot again.
I mean, in dollar wise, you're only losing the pool table.
Right, exactly.
You don't lose any tabletops. You don't lose none of that. So that makes sense to me. For sure.
Yeah.
So before we get too far on this, go ahead and introduce you guys yourself. we was go that far.
Right. Well, I'm Tori. I go by just Tori. And actually, we were talking about the Rusty Nail. That was my first gig. Was the brunch Rusty Nail gig.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it was, what was it, 2021, maybe 2022, something like that. Yeah, I think it was 2021. Yeah, that was my first gig. So, and Christy Ivy, who was one of the owners at the time, she asked me what I wanted to be called to promote the gig. And I said, I don't really know. What do you think? And she goes, well, her and my man Paul were talking about it, and they're like, what about Just Tori? Because the just with the T at the end and the Tori, the Just Tori, they're like, they felt like that flowed really well, and then it was going to be literally just me as a solo artist. So yeah, that was like my first gig, and I've been playing live music ever since. Now full time. Ben's part of the gang, Just Tori and the Gang, Just Tori and the Gang. So we play around Kansas, and yeah. We play live music.
Have you had a chance to play at Christy's new place?
Oliver's? Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
We haven't been in there
so
yet.
bad.
I need to go in there.
I want to play there
been
so
over
bad.
there yet. But
Oh, it's awesome.
I'm sorry, Christy, I haven't been in there. My ass whooped for nothing.
Christy, I love you. I just haven't made it over there.
Right, yeah. Well, you guys are missing out because it's badass. And they do all, like, they go all out with the decor. So, but I know you guys are going to show up very soon.
Well,
Ben, you're going to have to play box drums if you come play with me, which
I know.
I know you're not a fan
I have
of
a
the box
djembe.
drum.
I have
But
a djembe.
Fuck that box drum shit. That
Right.
looks so uncomfortable. Who wants to make a dude lean over?
Thank you, Austin. Cajones suck.
Okay, so first
Hey,
and foremost, I've seen a lot
They're
of people.
difficult to play. Okay,
I've seen
they're
a lot of
pretty
people.
cool
I've seen a
instruments.
lot of people kill that instrument. The For the Birds drummer rocks the fuck out of one of
Yeah,
them things.
yeah.
But if you're
Right.
asking my big ass to lean over that
Yeah.
whole fucking time,
Dude,
beat the
I do
shit
it,
out of
dude.
my hand.
if you have
Right.
any kind of gut,
Yeah.
like if you're a little fat right here in the poof, cajones suck.
Yeah, dude.
It just
well, and the dude's
You're
hands
pinching
were
your belly.
swollen.
I don't know how.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's gonna be so
the last time
uncomfortable.
I used a cajon, I played for 2 hours at Barleycorns, and my hands were like balloons
That's
by
what
the
they
time
look
I
like,
was
yeah.
done.
My hands felt just like
99
two
red
balloons.
balloons. Yeah, like it's like a it's a thing.
It's a
Like,
very
it sucks.
uncomfortable looking instrument to play.
It sucks.
Yeah.
When we could, I mean, lug a small 3-piece kit in here, I feel it was way
Whenever
easier.
an acoustic artist is like, "Oh man, you want to play with me? I have a cajon."
Can
I'm
you
like,
put that fucking thing on a
"Nope."
table? Why do we have to put it on the floor?
No.
I know. How people play that
Can you
for
not put it on a
3-hour
table?
gigs.
You
is-
can't.
I don't
It's not
understand.
gonna play.
It don't play right?
So
It don't play right.
So my cajon is
Oh, fuck, can you have one?
yeah, it's right there.
Got one in here, man.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
My cajon is as a bass cajon, and I play it with a kick pedal.
Yeah.
You know, and
That sounds even more.
that's how I do that,
Jesus.
so I can sit up and play
Oh yeah.
djembe
I
or
mean,
whatever.
it's like playing a drum
You know?
set. You got
Oh,
like
okay.
a clutch
Yeah.
cable thing on it.
Yeah.
So a little easier. A little
Yeah.
easier.
yeah, well, I ain't hunched over the fucking thing.
I ain't hunching over the shit for
I
that.
ain't
You,
trying.
goddamn, that's a long time.
Yeah, but
So-
Ben doesn't play cajon. He plays full out drums when we play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you guys put a full drum set in
Oh yeah.
Whiskey Dicks?
Yep.
Well, my drum set, which is meant
Pretty,
for
pretty spared down a
small-
little bit, but
Yeah.
He
No,
even
for
has
small
the.
spaces.
He created a sign that he put on. What's the? But I'm not a drummer.
Resident head.
Your resident head, yeah, on your drums, and it says "The Gang" on it. So, and then has some little lights around it. He's had that since like day one, since we played Just
Oh, yeah.
Tori and the Gang, because it really started out just Tori. It was really just me as a solo artist, and then obviously it turned out into more of a band feel. And I play with like a lot of different musicians around Wichita. I love Annie Mac's post she made a few months ago. She said that if Wichita bands only play, or Wichita people who play in bands only played in one band, we would probably have at least a third of the amount of bands in Wichita. You know, so I think every single guy, Ben Webster right here, Alan Craddock, Michael Peltzer, CJ Layton, and then Donnie, they're all part of Just Tori and the Gang, but then they all play
other
different,
projects.
Yeah. But I also have to mention there's this gentleman, his name's Steve Blake. He's been playing with me recently at a lot of acoustic sessions.
Nice.
So shout out to you, Steve, for coming out to play with me at acoustic sessions. But he does play cajon and he plays tambourine and shakers and things like that. So yeah.
cajon.
Cajon.
With a J.
Cajon.
Oh,
Cajon.
I mean,
Cajon.
I understand it. I'm in 3 bands and I don't even fucking play music in this.
yeah,
town.
I know it's weird, right?
That's crazy. They keep
Crazy.
expecting me to show up to practice. I'm like, I don't even fucking play.
What is practice? I don't know what that is.
No, I'm sure that's a struggle, right? Balancing everybody's
Yeah,
limited free time amongst.
Well,
definitely.
Especially when
5 bands,
especially
so.
when you got the drummers and shit that are in 9 bands. And
Yep.
I mean,
that's how we do it around here, though, man. Like,
okay, can we have an
it
honest?
kind of works though.
Can we have
Like
an honest
Donnie-
moment?
Donnie's in
Can we
like
have an
5
honest
fucking
moment
bands.
amongst musicians between
Yes.
you guys?
maybe,
Of course.
Maybe.
Do you
I don't know.
will you
I don't
go
know
to the
what
practice?
I'm ready.
Will you go to the practice of the band you like the most, and the other ones you just kind of don't give a shit about, or how's that?
No
go?
comment.
I've only had to ever show up to my own practices, so if I don't show up, then then
Fair
it doesn't
enough.
happen,
I mean, it's
so
your,
I've
it's your
never.
brainchild. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll break the silence a little bit on this.
All right, here we go.
So,
Okay.
So with Terry Quiet Band, if we have shows coming up, we'll hit like 1 or 2 rehearsals before that.
Okay.
You know, just brush up on the stuff. We've been playing it.
Get ready.
We've been playing it
Grease
for
the
15
tracks.
years, so we'll just show up and play it. You know, and now with Orphan John and the Abandoned, it's kind of like that too. But we've
You
been
also
wor-
have,
we've
do you
been
still
working
have
up new
Colby
stuff.
Aiken on the
Oh,
drums?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Colby is
So,
fantastic.
Bubba, what if you have
Yeah.
practice on the same day?
No, it would never happen. It would never happen.
Never happened.
Which band are you
I
going
know
to
them.
practice?
I know all of them.
Yeah.
That is not going to happen.
Yeah,
Won't
well,
happen like that.
still funny though to see which one you'd pick. Way to ruin it, Ben. It could happen. It could happen.
I actually saw Orphan John for the first time. We did a Battle of the Bands thing where it was more so like a fundraiser Battle of the Bands. And he was one of the bands that played. So it was pretty cool.
Orphan John's pretty badass.
Yeah.
So
he's a fun entertainer.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's moving and shaking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kicking his legs and jumping and all the fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. He has this move he does. It's like this.
Oh, he's got some moves. He's got his own moves. That's what I love about him. I like seeing people have fun with what they're doing. Like whether they're performing in any way, shape, or form. If they're not having fun, then why the fuck should I have fun watching them?
Yeah.
So it's nice to see somebody who's just all in. You know what I'm saying?
We had a great time in the studio. We just recorded a record with Orphan John last weekend.
No shit.
He was in Kansas City. He was in Kansas. He barely made it back for last week's show because he had to lay down a couple days worth of rhythm tracks for that recording, right?
Yeah, so we recorded up in KC with Nick Schneblin.
Okay, nice.
From Trampled Underfoot.
Yeah.
He was our producer, longtime friend, and just...
He's awesome.
Good dude. We talked him into playing, taking some solos on the record a little bit.
No shit.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
think he's gonna.
So excited to hear that. That's awesome.
When is that record expected to come out?
Later.
Later.
You heard it here first. Live when that record's coming.
Yeah.
Later.
Yes.
Not sooner.
But we're gonna have some fun if you guys are interested. We'll blow the top off this tonight. I don't think we've talked a lot about it. We're gonna be in at the Red Shed, New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
With Orphan John, and we're going to be the Aaron and Austin show is going to be live on location as well.
Oh,
so we're going to be podcasting and breaking in the new year with Orphan John out there in Hutchinson. So if that's something you're interested in, drive your ass out there and have some fun with us out there.
Yeah,
get out in the sticks and have some fun out there. I haven't been to the Red Shed yet, so this is my first time. So
we're going to have Kurt Allen up from Oklahoma City. Actually, I think Kurt Allen is now in Kansas City. I think he's made the move.
So he's not going quite up. He's going a little bit to the side.
Maybe something like that. But yeah, Kurt Allen's going to be there. We got Ryan Baker. You know Ryan Baker? Ryan Baker's dad, John, is going to be there. He's going to play some drums with us.
No way.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun.
No way.
That's awesome.
And we're going to have some fun on that one. What is that? What is it to get into that show? Is there a price on that?
Usually it's $300 a head, but I think because if you mention the Aaron and Austin show, we can get that down to
30.
Maybe
10, 15.
Yeah,
I think it's a $20 show. I can't fucking
really.
remember.
I should know this, but I
just pay something. We love just money. I mean, just give us some money. I mean, honestly, if I was a doorman and people came to the door and they didn't know there was a show there tonight, and they're like, "Well, it's a $20 show," and they're like, "Well, I don't know that." I was like, "Well," I'd be like, "All right, well, 2 tickets for 10. You guys want to get in?" Yeah. Like, doormen aren't smart enough to, like, if we can get some, just get them in the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a whole other hustle that hasn't been tapped into as much.
Yeah.
I used to run the door at a lot of places, and especially if you get people that show up to a venue that had no fucking clue that there was going to be a cover and there was going to be a band there tonight. So you make a deal with them, get them in the door. They might learn a new band that they go to every fucking month now. Like you just say, hey, I know it's $20 to get in, or $20 a person to get in. What if I let you both in for $20? You know, you let you and your date in for 20.
Right.
You're like, or, get them, you'd be surprised. You got to, don't just start doing that doorman without talking to the venue owners and shit like that. But
you will be fired fast.
But I'm not
Justin Brown.
But I'm not going to lie to you.
Hold your ears.
Well, I've talked to Justin about it before too. And so you got to have savvy doorman that can keep the people that were just coming in for a drink, get them into the show. Why not?
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Why not make sure that they,
and if your band's or your music's doing the right thing, they're keeping the people in the seats.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
And that's the name of the game.
Well, and most of the sales, anyways, is with alcohol. So I mean,
absolutely.
The cover is only a very minuscule,
especially in this
part.
town. Especially in this town. I mean, what's the most you're going to pay is $10, and usually a $10 show is like 8 bands on the fucking thing.
Right. It's a damn deal. Yeah.
All day festival.
Well,
yeah, exactly. $10 for all day.
You get 14 hours worth of fucking original music, and you're pissed off about paying $10 to get in. But so speaking of original music, when you started this venue, what was it? Was it your stuff, or did you start? Like, how did the singing start for you? Like, how'd your branch into the music career go?
So, well, I learned guitar when I was like 15. I was there was this really cute boy, and he knew how to play guitar, and he was in the worship band at my church. And I was like, because I knew I could kind of sing a little bit. I could hold a tune, but I was like, I don't want to be just a singer. I want to play an instrument, and like, I want to, ease my way into the band, see if I can get close to this cute guy. And so I learned guitar, and then I was able to play in this worship band here in Wichita, and did that. And then the boy broke up with me, and I
But you got to date him,
wrote
though.
a bunch
You
of
made it
breakup
there.
songs, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But-
I did, yeah.
I mean, you got to your goal.
It worked. It worked. Yeah. No, so yeah, did that, and then played as a worship leader. I learned learning music. I learned how to lead a band with rhythm guitar, and so that was pretty much from day one, like what I knew how to do. And so did that for a few years and throughout college, and I lived in Colorado for a while and led a worship band there, and then got back home, and music just went away for a while because I was, back in college and stuff, and didn't really know. It's always the question every musician has. It's like, what am I going to do with this? Where is this going to go? How is this going to pay my bills?
How do I even
Is
want
this
to
fucking
play
real?
out?
Do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't until COVID hit that I would always drive around with my Jeep, with my guitar in the back of my Jeep, and my man, who I was just talking to, was like the first few months, he noticed I had a guitar in the back of my car, and this was during COVID lockdown. And he said, "Oh, we'll bring it out. Like, we're going to sit around the campfire and, let's jam and stuff."
Try to
And
act normal.
so
Try to be normal.
a little bit. Obviously there's no live music going on at that time. So
There's
it's like
barely any interaction with human beings at that time, of course.
exactly. Yeah. So he's like, let's create some live music here. Let's have some friends over. And so then I played for them, and they were like, damn, why aren't you doing this? Like when this whole lockdown ends, like I know bars here, I know restaurants here that would have you out and stuff. And so kind of just went there. My first gig, like I said, was with Rusty Nail, with Shauna Claycomb and Christy Ivy were so gracious to have me out for my first gig. And then it just kind of ended up just trickling more and more and more into more gigs. And then now, doing it full time. About 2 years ago, I had to choose between music and, my full-time job, which I was working in a mental health hospital for teenagers at the time, which was incredible experience. I would never take it back. It was amazing what those people do. But I chose music, and I was like, I really think that maybe I could do something with this.
You gotta
And
take
I-
your swings. You gotta take your swings.
Exactly. And there's always that question, we all have talents in life. We all have talents, and very few of us are able to use it as a full-time career, and so, and I had the thought of well, on my deathbed, what am I thinking? Would I be upset if I didn't take advantage of music for a period of time? I don't know where this is going to go. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just going with the flow, and I love it,
But
So-
I would say
don't
that's-
tell yourself no.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of what has led to here. So, and thankfully I met people like Ben and along the way that want to play with me and play some of my original music. And then we have a pretty similar taste in cover music as well.
We
as
also
what
came
we like
from
to play.
praise and worship bands.
We
Yeah,
did. Yes.
That's how I learned drums.
Yeah.
My dad's a preacher. I grew up playing
I mean, the
it.
churches.
And we just clicked.
I want to hear
Yeah.
some sick gospel grooves
So-
right now.
Right.
So what's really cool is
could do it.
I put out an ad on Facebook. I was like, guys, I need one more artist. I was doing a series of benefits for this kid with cancer. He was 5 years old. And my friend hit me up. She's like, have you ever heard of Tori Campbell? I was like, who the fuck is Tori Campbell? I don't fucking know.
I mean, it sounds kind of like a Hollywood name a little.
Well,
It's a
Well,
good
thanks.
name.
Maybe I
And
need to
so
go by
it's
Tori
what ended
Campbell
up
now.
happening
Yeah.
is
It's a good name.
Really?
Right.
Thanks.
I mean,
had-
I'd be like, if someone told me you were on 90210 or whatever, I'd be like, maybe.
right.
I
Well,
don't remember the whole cast.
so I had Ghost Town Strays, I had Hardwood Cherry, and I needed one more spot. And I got a hold of Tori. I was like, hey, I need an acoustic act, just acoustic singer songwriter. Here's the deal, though. I'm gonna play drums with you. And she's like, oh, I've never I don't know
It had
about
been
that.
years since I'd played with
And I was
a
like,
drummer.
man,
Yeah.
I kind of. Here's the deal. I need to keep the energy up. I'm backlining the gig. I need to play drums, just for the sole fact of keeping the energy up. And she
So I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And this was Barleycorns too.
We played
so
with
it's
Joe
like,
Stump
it's a
from
jam
Fly By
session.
Night.
Oh yeah.
If you don't know
Hey,
Joe Stump,
shout out
he's
to
a-
Joey Stump. Has been
Hello,
a guest
Joe.
on our
Joe
show.
Stump
Yeah.
is amazing.
He's
And
a local he's a local author also.
He is. He is.
And
So,
a big foodie as well, and a chef.
Wicked Wichita. Check out
my
Wicked
first time playing with Joe and Tori was at Barleycorns, and we raised almost $2,000 that night.
Nice.
You've been living
Doing
off that ever
myself.
since, haven't you?
No. You know what I did is there was an EDM.
Sorry,
there
I-
was that
That's messed
EDM
up, that's
techno
messed up.
party going at the park across the street. There was an EDM concert going on, and I took this big sign. I was like, "Oh, there's nobody in here," and I ran out. I'm like, "Guys, this is a kid with cancer. Donate." And I was able to pull like 50 people into Barleycorns, and they all donated, probably tripping on mushrooms and acid. God knows what.
That's
But
the
it was
that's
an
the time you get them.
That's
yeah,
the time to
exactly.
get them for money.
yeah, they're the most giving when
Yeah.
they're tripping
But
on
that-
mushrooms.
yeah.
That tip
Totally
jar,
everything's
that tip jar
happy.
was
Yeah.
on this
Yeah.
to this. It was just like, okay. But yeah, that was the first time I played with her, and it
Yeah.
like we gelled, and then she was like, "You want to play this Final Friday gig with me?" I was like, "Cool." And I show up, and the other two musicians don't show up.
So
And-
did you just? That's what kind of what I was going to ask. Did you like just start with drums, or did you add multiple people to the band when you started? Or
Well, actually, when I first started, really, because my first gig was Rusty Nail, but then after that, speaking of Joe Stump, like I played a lot of duo gigs with him because he kind of had the in with, the venues and stuff, and so and
He kinda showed you around,
He
basically.
showed me around, and it was amazing. Honestly, I give a lot of credit to Joe Stump because I don't
He's
know
a
if I'd
cool
been
ass
able
guy,
to
dude.
find my way as fast as I did
awesome.
without him. So, and then Ben also knowing, so many people in the music industry in Wichita and venues and stuff, So then, yeah, it was kind of Joe and then a few musicians here and there who really I don't play with as much. And then Ben came along. So, yeah. And then we played duo gigs pretty often with just us two. So just Tori and the gang. Yeah.
so
Sometimes you're the whole gang.
Yeah.
am-
Most of the time
Listen.
he is. Yeah.
It's all right, man.
Not to toot my own horn, but I am the gang.
He is the gang.
have you just
Sorry, CJ.
Can you play keyboard and drums at the same time?
Yes.
That would
Excellent.
be cool. That would be cool.
We actually kind of have this idea for this new
love
project
keyboards.
coming up too. That
Uh-oh.
first time for us saying this out loud in the public
here it is.
we actually are going to tap in a little bit into EDM kind of a funk kind of feel with kind of a duo gig with just me and Ben. So and probably maybe CJ on bass as well,
Yeah,
something
it
like
sounds
that.
like you need
So
a
we
bass
need a
line.
bass player, yeah. So we're thinking about
I don't hear funk in my head without a bass player. I'm sorry.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%, 100%.
All keyboard jokes aside,
Listen,
when I hear funk,
I promise
hear
you, my
a
left
great
hand
bass
is going to
player.
be
okay. I won't even
tied
make
up.
a joke on that one. I can't do it.
Yeah.
When I
Oh,
hear
he's
funk-
a backbone. The bass player is like the backbone when it comes to funk
whole
and
thing.
EDM
Me too,
for
man.
sure.
I think so too.
Yes,
I think so
yes,
too.
yes.
I
that's
can't
the
even
truth.
make the keyboard joke when it comes to that.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
You need that bass player to rip that fucking.
And we
funk line.
kind of need CJ. Like, I think,
Don't
Tori-
tell him that.
Tori and I have
But-
talked about
Well,
it.
he's gonna know now.
He already knows.
Nobody watches this
He
show.
already knows.
They basically don't watch this long. Well, they might since you're on it. It's
Who
not just a
knows?
bunch of
But-
dudes this week.
CJ has he has that little bit of spunk that just CJ, Aaron.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
He-
I know what he is.
Yeah.
We're all in CJ flavor here.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of our new project coming up because it's at this. Anyways, no, yeah, I'm excited because now I've kind of experiencing a little bit of the burnout. I've been doing. I mean, I play 4 to 5 gigs a week, and those are 2 to 4 hours a piece. And a lot of it is me and my guitar in my hand. And so the next, I've always pictured being an EDM artist. And Ben thankfully knows a lot about, the EDM ways of creating that kind of music. So
I would
that's
say
the
that your
next-
voice would fit EDM music very fucking bad.
Thanks,
Right?
Yeah.
I always think female voices are kick ass in EDM
Yeah.
and
Throw that
electric
adjustable
music and
reverb on it.
Right? Yeah, I'm all about it.
Some about
Just
it works.
enough.
Just
Yeah.
some about it works. There's a lot of like the Flight Fanatics and all those random bands that mix
Yeah.
in with the women singers. It makes it really
Yeah.
fucking badass.
Well, I don't think Wichita has really any
No.
actually
No.
female EDM
well, see,
bands
we
that
just
are,
had Lindsay Sterling.
maybe there's a few, but I don't
Lindsay
know.
Sterling, the violinist that plays
Yeah.
with
Oh,
TDE.
Yeah.
she's
She
incredible.
was just in fucking town 2 Mondays ago.
Yeah.
And nobody fucking knew. I mean, she was just here.
That kind of breaks my heart. I love
yeah,
Lindsay
she
Sterling,
was just
dude.
here.
Wow.
She's incredible.
Not this Monday, 7 days earlier. She was just here, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "How did I miss that?"
How did that
concert?"
slip under the radar?
I know.
Oh,
I
right?
actually
Yeah,
saw
why
her
was that not
live.
advertised?
I saw her live at K-State. I went to K-State for a year, and she did a free concert like on the pavilion of K-State's like I don't know, area where y'all hang out and stuff.
Aggieville.
But it was kind of right around the corner from Aggieville. And I remember seeing her, and this was after like I'd really chose to stop music and then kind of pursue education. I say kind of because I kind of pursued education.
That's how education is. Hey, you better at enlightening us because it's
Right,
tough
yeah.
to keep up.
Yeah.
It's real old, real quick.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm thankful for what I learned, but in college and stuff, I had the college experience. But anyways,
I got the college bills. I didn't get
yeah,
the college
well, I'm still paying
degrees.
on that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you. But Lindsay Sterling was playing there at K-State, and I remember seeing her for the first time, and she's just a ball of energy, so talented, and it's. I mean, I don't know how any musician standing in the crowd wasn't like, I need to play music again because of her. She's just
Unless
incredible.
you're a violinist and you're like, well, maybe I'm not.
Yeah, you're like, I don't.
I mean, those
I think I'm
those
gonna
are
quit
some
forever.
hard shoes to
Yeah.
fill,
Yeah.
man. Like, if you're comparing yourself to Lindsay Sterling,
To compare yourself to someone who can make a career out of playing a violin. I mean, name another
there you
That's
motherfucker.
go,
amazing.
there you go.
I mean, who is another person that can tour? I mean, she sings a little bit in some of her sets, but for the most
Yeah.
part, she does a lot of features, does a lot of multiple genres, and plays the violin the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
I mean, name another artist that's doing that with any instrument,
Yeah.
let alone the violin by itself. I can't even think of
man.
someone who's just touring on an instrument's backbone.
Yeah.
That's,
Right.
I mean, that's tough to find.
With literally no vocals, like she is
Yeah.
completely an instrumental EDM band.
Well,
She's the front.
Well, Dustin told me she did sing a couple of songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I asked him too, because I had heard she was working on singing, and he showed me. And we were at I was at R&J's on Tuesday, right before our last show, and he's like, "Hey, do you know Lindsay Sterling?" I was like, "Of course." And he's like showing me videos of it. I'm like, "Where'd you go to see that?" And he was like, "It was at the Orpheum on Monday night."
That's
and I went, "Are you fucking serious?" I was like, "Really?"
thanks for the invite, bro.
Yeah. So, and I was like, did you hear her sing any songs? That was my first question, because I heard she was working on singing, and he said she sang a little bit, not much, like maybe two songs, but for the most part, what you'd expect from a show from her. But
That's fun though, to be able to fill in something that's different every so often.
Yeah.
I'm reading a book right now. And I can't remember the author's name for the life of me, but I was in Nashville 2 years ago for a music conference, and there's this guy, he's a live music producer. So a lot of people, when they think of the music industry, they think of just what you hear on the radio or just what you hear on Spotify or Apple Music, all the music platforms and stuff. But in reality, like there's two separate parts of music. Like there's the radio, industry, and then there is live music, and you can't necessarily have, just because you're a really good producer in the studio doesn't mean you're really good at creating a live music production. So,
and there's now being two live music productions. There's live concerts like we've done forever and ever
Yeah.
and ever, and now there's concert series that you're doing over the platforms that are
Right.
broadcast to the world
Yes.
through just live multimedia.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
So I mean, even the live is branching
But,
out, like
Right.
you're saying.
So are you talking about like timing your set and getting everything right for like production to fire off and everything?
So not
tight like this way,
necessarily.
like-
Yes, definitely. But also like what happens in your set Okay.
Right.
So like, and how you move on stage.
Yeah.
So like when I'm talking about Lindsey Sterling being able to sing in the middle of her set every so often, it's an automatic change up to where it's not just like this like concert, to where it's like the same kind of, okay, she's playing violin and there's EDM music and she's dancing across the stage and there's a lot of lights and stuff. Now it's like she's dancing across the stage, she's playing violin. Oh, she's singing.
Oh,
And then it kind of like
Roller
goes up
coaster.
from there, and it's a little bit of roller coaster. So that's like the live music production, is to be able to think of that, because you can have a lot of bands will spend hundreds of hours on writing and creating music, as they should, and then 80 to 90% of their profit that they make is actually on playing live music. People are always like, oh wow, why is this person going back on tour? Like Stevie Nicks right now is back on tour. The
albums
Beatles, or not the Beatles, the Eagles are back on tour. Like, why are they doing that? Well, that's because that's where they make their money.
And
You
there's
know,
no
so you
albums
have to spend time on that.
There's no albums
And-
anymore. You make money off merch in the door.
And
Right, exactly.
You will lose your licensing to those songs if you don't support it every 20.
Oh yeah, there is that too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
actually,
something that he told me that
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks and them had to go back out.
That's
on,
why
That's
they all do
they
this.
had to go back out on stage to keep
Well,
their
they all do this.
licensing.
That's-
Yeah.
Because it could be
that's why there's like
they
two
lose it
guys.
to the fucking record companies.
That's why there's
Right.
like 2 guys left in Foreigner, but they
Right,
But
but
they
they're
travel
still
around,
traveling. Yeah.
and that keeps the rights there for the family.
Yep. Yep.
And as long as that business entity moves forward, then
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, you know, people do spend so much time and stuff on writing and creating and producing, you know, to release it and everything, and then there's this whole, like, I mean, like I said, 80 to 90% of what a musician makes is from playing live music.
for sure.
I mean, they make
Yep.
you know, the celebrities make thousands and thousands and thousands on like one night of performing, and if they're not performing, then they're not making money. It's honestly the same thing though for anyone, you know, even in Wichita. Like, if they're not performing consistently, then there's not a lot of, you know, money coming through, and so you have to spend time on that, right?
And performing for paying gigs that are,
Right,
that are worth
right.
adding, and like in what I've talked to him about, and what I'm sure you deal with, when you have like just Tori and Friends band type of situation, so more people that
Just
show
Tori
up.
and the Gang.
Yeah, just Tori and the Gang. When you have more that show up.
he's gonna find 5 different ways to fuck.
Oh
that
yeah, I'll say,
love it.
we'll land on it.
Just Tori and Friends. That sounds like regular show
Yeah,
bullshit.
just Tori and Ben showed up too.
Yeah, exactly. I like that one.
here's
I like that.
here's
That
Ben.
that's an idea. Just Tori
Surprise,
and Ben showed up too.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's you know, just like Aaron always says, the more people show up and the more depth you get in your band, the more people you got to pay in the
Yeah.
band, and that bites
Yes.
into your trying to make some money
Oh, yeah.
doing this. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I always asked. We talked. I was like, man, ska bands just kind of fell apart. He's like, yeah, everybody got tired of paying them. I was like, wow, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
There's 11
When
people in that fucking
yeah.
band.
Holy.
It's
Yeah, when you got people,
money.
when you got a whole
11?
one, like when you have a horn
When
section.
you have a horn section, and you have
Oh my god.
Say Ferris.
Yeah.
Say Ferris.
Yeah, I
I
mean, just
can't
any-
imagine paying all those musicians.
just any
Like,
musicians over 5. I mean,
Oh
now
my
you
God.
gotta, that's
Oh,
your,
yeah.
Oh,
now
Phil,
the math
here in
gets
town.
hard.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
11 was the top. That's what we had.
I know.
We have to give a little shout out, dude. Church takes a big hit. Like everybody talks shit on churches, but I'm telling you, there's a ton of people that learn how to play music growing up in the church.
Definitely.
So I always give the church credit for that. There's a lot of people that never would have maybe sang or picked up an instrument if their family wasn't in church or they didn't grow up in that.
So the great thing about like learning in a worship band is because, so for most people that have gone to a church service, most of the time, like before the service starts, there's music. And the reason why is to create some sort of emotion, right?
Well, and that
So then
quiet's a
you're-
little annoying when you're walking into.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. Yeah, you need some
I mean,
noise
you know,
going
it's a
on,
little-
some
come on.
music. Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't
So,
make
like,
you feel wonderful.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
I'm a little something here.
100%, yeah. But it's to create emotion. So, like, you know, so for the rest of the service, like, because it's our heart and our minds working together, you know, in the service, is that's the point, you know. And so, and I say the service, that means when the preacher speaks or whatever. But previous to that, you really learn how to tap into being emotionally tied to the music that you're playing. You know what I mean? So in secular music, I mean, writing now, it's really hard for me to write unless it's really heartfelt. So like I haven't wrote a really big, party rock anthem kind of thing. We're just having fun. I'm working on that. I want to do that, but it's for me, since music is so emotional, because that's what I did from day one, and Ben did too, in praise and worship bands. It's like music is so tied to all this emotion, so it's like when you feel like shit, that's when you want to write the most. So it's like when you're really happy is like the least amount of time that I want to write,
You know what I'm going to
Exactly.
You know what I'm going to bestow on you to invent?
What?
The upbeat emotional music song.
You want?
Oh yeah, it's like a ballad, right? Like, is that kind of like a
I
ballad?
don't know, like
But,
something.
I don't know.
Something in a faster pace that
Austin.
doesn't sound sad in that, but
Yeah,
it's still sad.
but it's still sad. The lyrics itself are sad.
So-
yeah,
upbeat sad song.
yeah.
I haven't had a chance to talk to Tori about it, but I started writing a thing. That is exactly what you were asking.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I love emotional music all the time, but sometimes it's nice to have something a little upbeat. But it'd be
Definitely.
kind of funny for the upbeat to be like hyper emotional
Happy.
song.
Yeah.
Happy.
Right.
Right?
Well, and that's kind of like, honestly,
hey,
with EDM,
I ate some chicken nuggets.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I need
Oh,
some
yeah.
chicken nuggets.
I ate some
Yeah.
pizza. I had
But that's real life
jalapenos
shit.
on
We
my
did. We did
pizza.
eat chicken nuggets and we did eat pizza, and we need it sometimes, for our emotional well-being, right?
That's right. That's what
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
That's my rationale.
Yeah, but it's kind of like the next step with music and stuff. Now I'm like, I've wrote a lot of like good.
So if you
I
bought a
think
drum machine and started
emotional
fucking making
stuff,
beats in your basement,
and so like we're ready to I'm ready to
Hello,
do something.
I'm the
to
drum
where
machine.
we're entertaining, we're having fun, we're celebrating life, and maybe the lyrics can be a little bit more like emotional, like. This is what we're going through. Life is shitty sometimes. It doesn't feel good to be alive all the time, but I'm still alive, and this is great that I'm alive, kind of thing. But in the background music, to being like this, like kind of music
sad.
to where
I'm
like
not sad.
I'm good, like you know what I mean. So
because
Yeah.
I
kind of a dichotomy.
go to
honestly.
music. I always tell people that I go to
Good
music to feel better. So I love emotional artists sometimes, and sometimes I can get in my feelings and listen to it. But
Right.
for 90% of the time, I go to music to feel better.
Right.
So I always it's nice when a real good emotional artist can fit them more upbeat songs in sometimes too.
I think
Switch it up
Jelly
on.
Roll has done that pretty well.
He's done it.
He's
done-
like
he's
it's like
done 8
it's not
switches.
the
I
best.
saw Jolly Roll
The guy's
at,
done 8
Wave.
switches. The guy's done 8 switches that have worked really well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done a lot of shit.
Amazing.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of shit. And the guy, and he found out he can sing. I mean,
Yeah.
this was a big guy that rapped for a long time, found out he could sing, found out, and just like a ton of country artists did, found out there was like a rap country niche. I mean, we
Right.
almost interviewed every one of those guys at the Damn Jam this year.
And that was the thing. It was,
I mean, it's
it
a
was
new
that-
thing, and it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
And he's doing it the best by a fucking mile.
Oh, definitely.
for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
he's got that voice.
That was one of the
Well,
best
him-
concerts I've ever been to.
Well, him and there's one other guy that's doing it a little different, more on the R&B still. Teddy Swims is another motherfucker.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Swims.
Yeah.
Teddy Swims,
great,
Teddy
man.
Swims, and Jelly Roll are two of the dudes that just killing vocals. He's right now. I mean, there's some of the best singers in the world right now, probably.
Yeah.
Because really, actually, like Losing Control by Teddy Swims is actually an
Oh.
extremely sad song. But like, I'm
Vibes.
losing control around
But he can
you,
put that
but
in
I
a- he
can
can
kind
put
of
that in a
like,
club.
but
And
at
that
the same
plays in
time,
clubs,
people
yeah.
are playing and they're like having a good time, like, and then somebody save me from myself, like Jelly Roll, like, all of a sudden, like everyone stops and they're having a good time in a bar and everyone's just belting it out,
Well, it
So
resonates.
it
resonates,
does.
you
And
It
know?
does.
We all,
Yeah.
we all felt that, man.
Yeah.
We all feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
absolutely.
song. That song was well written.
That's
Yeah.
I don't know who. I mean, does he get the?
It
I
was
don't-
simple but
did he
true.
Did he
Yeah.
get the credit for writing every inch of that song?
I think so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
maybe.
Because that Save Me is such a well written song.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, that is every inch of that lyric, if you've been through the industry or, had any sort of addiction problems or been in love and once in your life, all of it
Yeah.
hits you like a fucking,
Well,
just
Yeah.
a mud pie. You're like, oh,
It-
shit.
if you've ever been in a
Slap
place
in
of
the face.
self-sabotage,
It is. Yeah. And it's just really, good music. When when it hits. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are two of the most killing it in the world right now for sure. I hope Damn Jam gets to pull pull Jelly Roll. They've been trying.
You tell me
I
that
doubt that.
They've tried.
Jelly
Really?
Rolls.
Straight up,
that
you want to know the
damn-
info? They don't care that we.
You tell me.
They don't care that we say.
He's that damn jam.
They've tried. Okay, so
That place would
I
be
will quit.
packed.
so last year,
Hi-Fi Productions.
So before they even moved the stage to Goddard, where they had to move it because of
Yeah.
the stage that they purchased
Because
was
of Waylon
big-
Walker Jr.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
No, it's 100%. We had to move because of Wheeler Walker Jr. So, but the stage that was going to be either at Lake Afton or where we moved to, doesn't matter. They purchased to fit Jelly Roll, and they offered him $2 million fucking dollars,
Wow.
Oh my god.
and he did not take it. He was in
What?
He was in a calendar dispute with another festival that he had already. It wasn't the money; it was more that he had already been booked.
Right. Well, good for him to that's some
Honor the booking.
loyalty.
He honored the booking.
I
Yeah,
wish
he
I could
did.
turn down $2 million.
Yeah.
But
They've offered
All
okay,
right.
so every single year of the damn jam since they've re-upped.
Well, I stand corrected because that, because
So
they
every-
really did try to
So
have him out.
every year of the damn jam since they've resurrected it from what was going on.
in El Dorado.
Yeah, so they every single year. The first year they offered Jelly Roll $35,000. He didn't take it. Then they offered him the year that first year that we were
They've
there.
been after him a minute.
The first year that they were there, gave him almost. They offered him more than they offered Yellow Wolf to come in that year.
No fucking way. Dude.
Yeah, and then they offered him, like I said, big fucking dollars to come in the last year. So, guys, I tell you right now, if there is any local giant festival in this state to get behind for our local artists, to get behind for to have a great time, it's the damn jam.
Yeah.
That's the one that's going to let just Tori going to be on the shit like that eventually. Like
I'm
telling
hoping
you,
next year. I'm pushing
I'm
for it.
telling
I've been
you,
messaging them, so I'm
when
hoping.
And I'll put in a
Hopefully.
good word for you. We got a little bit of pull there. In no way are we damn jam Jesus, but we are. They love us there.
I
and we
will
love
never refer to you as your first name now. You are Damn Jam Jesus.
No, this is damn jam Jesus right here.
Hey,
But I'm gonna tell you, we love them and we love the shows they try to put on because they're always trying to work in local shit and they're always swinging fucking big.
Yeah.
For the other artists. So,
they have.
Yeah,
man.
and they've
Like,
got some good
the
artists.
first, Damn Jam started with Damn Fest.
Yeah, the damn thing, and that was
in
that
El
was,
Dorado.
Yeah.
I went to that show last night, or like the last night of the series of shows when that started. I know CJ. I know.
And Jason Wynn was involved
Yes.
in it a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. So, like, I got to go see Leonard Skinner, which if you want to get real, the Leonard Skinner that exists right now is actually like we're Leonard Skinner's cousins.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
friends.
so is all of those bands.
This is-
Right.
but
This is kind
They
of
all
what we're
died.
talking
So-
about,
so-
though.
but
Stone
here's
Temple
what I'm
Pilots.
saying.
Yeah.
Here's
So
what
is
I'm
Stone
saying.
Temple Pilots. That was
business
that
has
damn
to
Jam
move
this
on.
year.
Right. Right.
I mean, me and Aaron watched the
So,
Stone Temple Pilots lead singer
It
read
was
off a
really,
teleprompter.
really cool.
Just
see-
last year.
It was really cool to see Leonard Skinner as a band. I bought their album, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I regretted buying them.
Don't say that.
Sorry,
I know,
sorry, Lenny Skinny.
Hey, I sing a few of their songs.
I love Leonard Skinner.
I love
but
Leonard
I'm
Skinner.
talking about like
Yeah.
2018 Leonard
Yeah.
Skinner.
Well, I'm
when
thankful.
Damn Jam first started.
Okay,
I'm
let's.
thankful that Damn Jam
Okay,
supports
so-
all the local artists,
No,
though.
it-
Can
it
we be
bumped up
honest?
to
For sure.
Truly.
after.
When do you stop if you're those bands? I'll ask you musicians again another inside question. When do you stop? When
People
do you,
die,
No,
and you
look,
just
look.
like,
and you just keep
Hey.
replacing them forever?
Guys,
No.
that's the problem. This is
I mean,
this
it's
is
kind of what
I'm
happens.
Maybe.
Here's Amy. Yep.
That's what they do. I mean, they found 8 dudes that look like the AC/DC guy. They've literally found.
There
8
was
guys.
literally, dude. There was literally like
They all look the
Tribute
same.
band.
12. There was 12 people on stage by the end of the night, and my ex at the time like got me this ticket, right? And she's like, "Oh, I hope you have a good night." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Cool." And I saw this tribute band because that's what it was. It's a tribute band.
Yeah.
And I saw them, and it was like, oh man, like, oh no.
You know, to be in a tribute band, though, I've
There was,
thought
like,
of this.
five-
That,
there were
that
5
might
kids.
That might be like, I don't know if it'd be like incredible to be in a tribute band or soul sucking, or maybe they're both.
I think tribute band's better than covering
you
a
could
song.
do it as best as you can to like make the best version of the song.
I've seen
as
some pretty cool tribute bands.
Really?
Yeah.
I really think that it probably would be. I'm more so leaning towards. I think it would be incredible because
Okay, so
then
at,
you'd have a
Tribute bands are better
baseline for
than
what you
covering
need to
songs.
do, right?
at Temple Live has a show coming up. It's that arena rock band.
No, I thought that isn't
Right.
the Pantera one coming up too?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the arena rock band. Okay, like these guys change outfits throughout the night to be
7 different bands.
a bunch of different
You're
people.
talking about
You'll
the
see
band?
Ozzy.
That's
No,
awesome.
that
Dang,
arena
they're
rock
talented.
show or that arena
Just the
rock
outfit
band.
changes alone. Give me
Nuclear
Yeah.
football. Nuclear football's coming. I think they're opening or ever change.
Don't look at me. How
whatever
the fuck should I know?
Yeah.
Austin knows everything.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it's
I
gonna
would
be a
love to
kick-ass
help you. I've never even heard of this show.
Hey,
But
But good.
I
tribute
barely
band.
like the tempo. It's too many
Good tribute
stairs.
band.
Too many stairs.
Temple's cool as shit.
To be a good tribute band, I mean, that takes a lot of talent. Seriously,
I think tribute
but they
band
make-
is
they make
cooler
great money.
than
They make great
covering
money.
songs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They make
well, I mean,
killer money.
if you're being a cover band, why not be a tribute band?
Go all the way. If you're
Go all the way
Exactly.
in.
If you're just going to steal
Yeah.
someone else's creativity, why not
Yeah.
steal their look
So-
too?
Right, exactly.
You know
Go for
Dave
it.
Dan.
Go all in.
Steal everything.
You know Dave Dan.
Everything.
Drive the cars they drive.
So Dave Dam, the dueling piano guy in Wichita, like everybody knows Hi-Fi Productions.
Yes.
Dave had a Neil Diamond tribute band called
Excellent.
Dave Diamond.
Dave Diamond, was he the guy? Was he?
Oh
It was
yeah.
Neil.
Was he the lead?
Well, no, of course.
Oh, yeah,
I would,
dude.
I mean, I would assume.
Yeah, I bet he crushed it. He's great.
Oh,
I bet
he
it
was so
awesome.
good.
Yeah, I bet it was awesome.
Ba ba ba.
Oh,
yeah, always. Shh. Anyway, Dave Diamond.
Oh yeah, dude. Like the reason why I can play with Tori like I do is because of Dave. Like we worked really hard on a lot of stuff. I come from dueling pianos.
The dueling piano thing is pretty cool.
Okay, so explain that a
And
little bit. What the fuck
Tori-
is the dueling piano?
You
thing?
never seen it?
No.
Oh,
So
dude,
dueling
it's
pianos
pretty
is
rad.
on the cuff. Like you don't know what you're gonna play next.
And
Okay,
it,
still,
and it gets
I
very
walk-
comedic.
okay,
It's
What
all
you're-
you
requested.
don't know what
first
you're
and,
gonna
no,
play.
first and
Yeah.
foremost, break it down like this. I walk into a venue and you guys are doing dueling pianos tonight. What do I expect to see?
Whatever you want, man.
Well, there's a drummer in the middle, and then there's 2 pianos
Thank
on the
you.
outside. Okay.
This is what I want.
Okay, and so what they do is they take turns playing songs. So everyone starts requesting songs. Okay, so you bring your slip of paper up with your song and with your little tip on it, and then you put it on their piano, and then the piano
Greatest
player will
king.
grab it. And then if this piano player knows it, then they'll play it. If this piano player knows it, then they'll play it. Or maybe like they both know it, so they'll kind of both play it together.
Or
Do they look
learn
at each
it.
other real mean while they do it? Like, is it like a mean?
It depends.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Can you do it? I'm like, I'm not a good
A lot-
drummer. I'm a good bullshitter. So yeah, I
Yeah.
sure can.
Same
Okay,
thing.
so this sounds
sometimes.
fun.
Yeah, no, it is. It's actually really, really cool. But it's the great thing
And I love the piano.
is everyone
So-
believes that they know the song 100%, even if they've never played it before. You know, so that's the great thing about dueling pianos is you could hear whatever you want to hear,
We are
even
the
if they've
ultimate
never played it
bullshitters.
before.
You've
So
heard it on the Aaron and Austin
what?
show. We are the
right, and the
ultimate
audience could sing the
bullshitters.
rest if they don't know the lyrics. Yeah, exactly. So and
It's
Ben,
a shit show, is what we're saying.
yeah, it's pretty much yeah. So
It is absolutely a shit show.
yeah.
And the
How
last
many?
time
How
we
many
did it
pianists do you
publicly-
get? How many pianists do you get?
Two. So
Just
we
two for the
did
night?
it.
The
Well,
whole
it's dueling. It's dueling, isn't it? Dueling.
Well, is there
Yeah,
not like
pianos.
is there not like people waiting to
Awesome.
take on the loser? In
No.
the
No,
No, you're not actually
like
like
pool.
battling somebody.
It's not a
So
tournament of pianists.
here's what
Candidates.
ends up happening. I'm on stage for 2 to 3 hours nonstop. There's no break. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, oh,
I didn't bring my fiddle. Can you get past this part?
let's get
We don't
past
feel
this
sorry for
part
you.
with the fiddle.
Hey, if we're gonna cry over it, Ben.
and let's cry about it.
You signed
But
up for
here's
it.
what happens is like on my birthday, Annie was there, and it was just like, oh man, song.
And then you weren't dueling; you were just playing songs by yourself. Was it?
Oh,
you
dude,
karaoke.
I always play songs by myself. I'm not playing with them. I'm bullshitting the entire way.
But the great thing is, to the crowd, it's believable.
Yeah,
You know?
I gotta see.
The
I
crowd,
gotta see
they
this.
think it really is happening.
Yep.
So what are fans expected to see when they come to a Just Tori show? So just explain that experience right now. Where are we at in 2004? You got what, like at least 10 shows left this month. You got a shitload of shows. Check them out on. I've been posting them all week. Make sure you check out all our shows coming up. So what do they expect to see when they come see Just Tori?
Well, depends on if it's just me or if it's with my Just Tori and the gang, which is
give us
full
both.
band kind of thing.
Up.
Yeah,
Give
if
us-
the gang
I
shows
am
up.
the gang.
Yeah, so give us both. Yeah, give us both. What's
I play at Dockham pretty much every Wednesday night, which is a speakeasy below the Ambassador Hotel, which is located downtown
Cool
Wichita.
little spot.
we've been there.
Cute little spot.
They let us in on if we're clean enough.
Yeah, well, actually, they pretty much let anyone in now, so you guys are welcome. I'm totally
Wow.
joking. I had to make a
I
joke.
love
Everyone's
you
making
so
jokes
fucking
right
much.
now. Okay, I haven't got to so far. So, no. You make everyone look bad. They'd be like, yeah. Yeah.
We've been in there. I've been in through this.
I didn't know if you guys knew.
They were like, who
This
let
is
these homeless
the
guys in?
Tori and Ben show. What is Aaron Austin? We don't know.
We were sitting in Dockham and they were like, you sure these guys are got enough to drink here?
No, we had old fashions. Remember, we had old fashions.
Oh, hell yeah. They've got good
West
options,
Coast.
too.
Well, I've never been at a bar that asked for my tax return before I got.
Yeah,
That was the
they do
first.
ask a lot of questions before you enter the bar.
God, that's a good. That's
At Dockham. No, I'm
money,
just
I swear.
kidding.
I got money, I swear.
Is
No.
your favorite color?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking. No,
But pretty cool spot.
Dockham's pretty cool. So I've been playing there for about 3 years every Wednesday night, and it's an acoustic session. So normally it's just me and my guitar. I play a lot of pop, folk, country, classic, rock covers, and then I'll throw my originals in there, which is kind of like pop country kind of feel.
And how many hours do you usually play when you play?
Three hours. So
Nice.
normally I play from 8 to 11.
Nice.
Yeah, so something like that. And then if we play, for example, at Vorshay's or Brickyard or randomly at the Wave, we will
Or randomly at Whiskey Dicks.
randomly at Whiskey Dicks, randomly at a lot of places, honestly.
When I realize she
yes,
kicks
we'll be
ass.
Just Tori and the gang,
Yeah.
and then we pretty much do the same set that I would do. Well, I don't know how many songs, but I shuffle through them,
You have about
different cover songs and stuff.
300.
So, yeah, at least 300 different songs, cover songs that I do. So,
How many originals you got?
and I have 10 originals that I do. So
Nice.
that I for sure am like at the point where they've been released. I love sharing them with the public. So we
Are
do.
they a part of a full LP or?
So it's full album. Yes. Yeah. Full album. Yeah. So I released that I think it may have been last year. I don't know. Time has flown.
Where can
I don't
everybody
know.
get that?
It's been last year in the
Yeah,
beginning of last year. But anyways,
pimp that real
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, SoundCloud. You just have to type in Just Tori, and then normally my album will probably pop up.
Badass.
And yeah, so it's kind of it's just good, feel good, good riding in the car with the windows down, nothing crazy, like just experiencing
It's feel good music.
life, like yeah.
Arby's. It's like Arby's.
It's kind of all over
good
from
mood food.
Yeah, thank you.
It's good for your soul.
That's
Like
what my
you-
album is
I feel like
compared
Arby's.
to.
I
is
think we
Arby's.
can pick a
Yeah,
better.
Yeah,
we can pick
I do
something
love their
than
gyro though.
There's
That's okay.
there's nobody I played with in the
Marketing
last.
genius.
Yeah,
If I can
right?
give,
I think
Tori,
Tori is better than Arby's.
hey,
Yeah.
if I can give Tori a compliment, there is no one
I
else.
love
Well,
it.
you just don't mention Arby's.
I'm not gonna mention Arby's again,
Not anymore.
except for that. But what I am gonna
Even though
say
Arby's
is,
good.
she
Yeah.
like her music. Both of you know this. I have played with a shit ton of people in this town, and Tori is honestly one of the only musicians in town where I'm like, I resonate, I accept, elevate, and I'm going to work with you. Her music like makes me feel good.
Oh yeah.
And I love playing her music. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah.
the vibe.
Like Tori from day one. Maybe it was the fact like she helped out my friend who had a kiddo that had cancer. Maybe that was super cool.
She cured it.
I wish.
Oh, dang it.
The kid is okay.
We
now.
sure fucking
The kiddo-
raised
The kiddo
a
is
lot
okay
of
now.
money.
That we raised money
a
for.
lot
Like, did
of
it benefit?
money.
Yeah,
Benefit?
for the benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought I was hoping you had
like.
like the cancer touch.
Right? Me too.
What I am
Me
saying
too.
That would
is
be so much more fucking.
since then,
way more money than playing music. Bro.
Since
Right.
then,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is-
I would not be playing music.
She's number one, dude. Like I don't want to play with anybody else.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, my music is definitely feel good. Like the first song on the album is a song called Undeniable, and it's pretty simple lyrics, honestly, but it's kind of
So
like
is I hate to interrupt real quick, but
Yeah.
is the album in solo form or is it in band form?
so it's in band form.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's in band form, but it's different. You will hear something different live than you will hear on the album.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So
I like that.
yeah, because we
I
have
like
a
that too.
raw
That's cool.
band feel, like when we play it live versus like
Yeah,
when you
it's
hear
super
it
rock.
on
Like
Spotify.
yacht rock.
It's definitely more rock centered when we play live, and then it's a lot more pop feel good when you listen it to it. A little bit more electronic, even.
I know
on-
you like that too.
Think about
Yes.
I know. I see you light up.
Think
about
about
Yeah,
this.
yeah, I love it.
like her.
You should lean into it too. I think you could fucking kill on that.
Thanks.
That
I
EDM
need
shit.
to. I think it's just like
Your songs, your voice is so recyclable into that.
Yeah.
into
Thank
that
you.
EDM shit.
Thanks.
It would sound fucking
Wow.
Yeah.
real good.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Thank you.
said.
I want to. I think it's I get nervous, and it's something that to where I've released these songs and I think they're great and I think I love them and I love that the time that I did release it, but as an artist and I think any songwriter, singer-songwriter can attest to this, that anytime you release something, you're like, oh, I wish I would have done this different, or I wish I would have said this different, or I wish I would have, all those things. And so I think that for me is like what holds me back sometimes from really promoting for what I already have released, even though I do love everything that I have released. I think each song has such a beautiful story.
So I say this all the time.
Holy
There's
dog shit.
He
He just poured
I
a half
think-
a fucking 2 shots of Malort.
Well, he
Sorry.
loves.
I'm
Malort.
sorry. I just about puked in my pants.
I think that as creatives, our projects are never really finished. They're more surrendered.
Yeah.
He says this.
like
I
Listen
love
to him
that.
on this.
we
It's
we
tough.
would take that and we would nurture that baby through life,
Yeah.
and we would see it die on the
Yeah.
other
And
end
never fucking
before
release
we
it.
release.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I
Aaron,
mean?
100%.
Aaron,
I think
what's
it's like
nuts
that.
is you have people like Tori in my life. Tori has been a saving grace.
Yeah,
Good
oh, yeah.
friend, good musician, great fucking business partner. Like we have done this shit.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
But what I'm saying is like when you change it up, and you're just like, hey, maybe we need to.
Yeah. So there's this painting, or there's this artist. His name is Cezanne. Have you ever heard of the painter?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have not, so don't act like you have.
Well,
He's a pretty big artist.
Oh, well,
Big
I'm
guy. He's a big
okay.
guy.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, whatever. I'm not going to call you out. Dude. Continue.
so Cezanne was actually a painter during the same time frame as Picasso, and Picasso was putting out all of these.
a lot of people don't remember. That's
these
like
paintings-
the 30s. That ain't that
Yeah.
long ago.
Yeah, it's not that
Yeah.
long ago.
People think that was.
It really wasn't that long ago. Yeah. So during the same time period, but Picasso was putting out all these paintings, selling them, being like, okay, great. Like, this is great. I love these, selling them. I'm good. Cezanne was an artist to where he would paint something and he would sell it. And then he would knock on the door of the person that he sold it to. and would say, hey, I don't think I have it quite finished yet. Can I paint on it again? I think I have a little bit more. And so, and I think
I lock a door on that.
I think it's an artist. I think as any artist, most artists, it's kind of like that. It's kind of an artist's agony to where it's never completely finished, but it's also beautiful because surrender is a beautiful thing. And art in general is, I think, the reason why art will always stay and AI could never take over art, right? Is because it's so raw. That's something like no one could ever take away, No,
it's not. I mean,
nobody will.
No, when real art, you see it.
Real art, I mean.
You see it.
AI's
fun art. There's a lot of fun art.
There's a lot of
AI has place.
Let's be just the same as when you put your pen in a spirograph and did that. That's AI art to me. Same thing as a spirograph. Remember those things?
Yeah.
That would create art for you if you didn't have any talent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what AI art is to me. So like you see real art when you see it.
Live music.
And you see real
That's
manufactured
real
shit.
art, yeah.
Well, to me, and I will, there's only two of the best mediums in the world to me, is creating a song out of nowhere and stand-up comedy. There are two. Those are the two
For sure.
of the best art forms in all of human existence. To create something that'll make somebody laugh out of nowhere, and to create a song out of nowhere is to me spectacular.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
No, I agree.
To have if you've wrote one original song, that's something that less than maybe 90% or 99% of the population have ever done in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Just one original song, and if it hits, you never. Those two mediums are really special. So I've always supported them as hard as I
agree, 100%.
We didn't even talk about that dude getting murked. We didn't bring it up. We had a good podcast. The United Healthcare motherfucker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We didn't even talk about. I was looking at my notes for the unit. I was like, damn. I was like, we had such.
He said we were gonna bring this up.
I said we had such a good podcast. We didn't even bring up the dude that got fucking murked. Luigi is Luigi get caught? Did he get caught? I heard that a McDonald's employee.
Luigi did get caught.
I heard a McDonald's employee ratted on him.
McDonald's employee ratted on him, and
that's like your buddy that rats on the teacher that's been fucking all the dudes at school.
So
it's the same kind of person.
My brother has a petition. If you guys want to help Luigi,
are we sure that he even killed him? I mean, allegedly.
DM me.
Allegedly, he didn't.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't.
Oh God.
A bullet did.
Do you know what we're talking about?
I'm just gonna. I don't know. No.
Okay, so
should I know?
Maybe
am I gonna be embarrassed if I don't know?
No, not embarrassed. Not embarrassed.
Okay.
Hey.
Not embarrassed. A lot of shit they don't want us to know.
So United Healthcare's CEO Brian Thompson was gunned down in the streets
on the way to their we make a ton of money.
When did this happen?
Like a week ago.
Days ago.
Oh.
On the way on their way to we make a fucking ton of money meeting and laugh at our people that we've denied health care.
Okay.
So a guy murked him.
Yeah, guy basically gunned him down in the streets and
boom, killed his ass.
And on the bullet casing, it said, "Deny, defend,
They write the shit that United Healthcare writes on your denials.
Yeah,
so it was vivid.
It's the process they use for
shit.
healthcare denial.
Right.
So come to find out that these guys have put AI in charge of denials, and 90% of their claims were false. But because only 10% of denials are rebutted, they do this as policy. They deny your first.
And they don't give a shit because they're making tons of money on the denials.
Right.
So they're basically making a program that denies you a ton, makes it hard to rebut the denial, and then it makes it a pain in the ass so you don't charge it. And then you have a ton of people that pay for their insurance. These are not even people that are uninsured Americans. Yeah. These are people insured by United Healthcare.
Yeah,
These
absolutely.
are their clients.
It's a huge insurance agency.
And paying a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not cheap. Yes, absolutely.
So a guy named Luigi.
So he gets killed, and the internet instantly supports the killer. Instantly goes.
You pushed America to the limits.
Your lead poisoning was a pre-existing condition.
Oh my God! Like you went on an insurance claim.
Every joke.
I would totally give a fuck right now, but you're out of network.
They were like, let's leave instead of leaving cookies and cream for our cookies and milk for Santa Claus. Let's leave literally
bottles.
water bottles and snacks for the for the
my
shooter
God.
that's on the run from killing the United Healthcare
That's
guy.
insane.
So,
What
I mean,
the heck?
You push American people to a fucking brink. I mean, it's different when you're talking about uninsured Americans and all whatever matters, but you're talking about people that have been paying millions of dollars into their health insurance.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you're denying them health care coverage just because you're a fuckface.
Yeah.
Or just because you got some bullshit like...
So...
No, it's not okay to shoot people, but that guy got murked, and it was so they found
the whole world goes, bro, I get it.
I get it.
Well, so
That's what they're saying.
So
oh
they
my
found
gosh.
they found the killer. He's got
It's not okay to shoot people
the
for
killer
sure. But
the killer's got a manifesto on him.
He was in a McDonald's, and
ID'd him.
An employee at McDonald's.
God, I feel like you should cook your own
drove
chicken
the cops.
nuggets, maybe, if you're fucking on the run from the FBI.
I feel like that employee definitely gives you the right
If I'm
number
on the
of
run
sauce
from the government, I
packets
feel like
for your
McDonald's is
nuggets,
involved.
you know?
Like, I feel like
yeah,
McDonald's is
they're
gonna
always
tell on me.
involved. They're always involved.
You know? but turns out that the guy is super hot. He's like 26,
You can't
smart,
believe it.
like
Yeah.
hot, and everybody's
Oh,
like,
he's
yeah. Okay, yeah, he didn't do it. Like
There's no proof yet.
memes of Wichita today
proof
came
yet.
out with a Luigi with a Spangles bag and was like, I was so happy to show Luigi around Wichita on 12/4 between the hours of 6 and 9 p.m.
You're like giving him alibis.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's hilarious.
All right, in the show, Tori, where can we find your album? What's the name of it?
It's called Just Tori.
Just Tori. Make sure you get on all platforms. Find Just Tori. She's got a bunch of shows
Go see
coming
her
up to the end
live.
of the
Go
month.
see her live, everybody.
Yeah, and I think Just Tori is a great candidate for the Aaron Austin Show presents at some time. I can't wait to have her on.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
I would love to
Yes.
have her on. So
Love to. Thanks,
Kill it,
guys.
Annie.